Okay, guys, so I remember at the start of the year, right, there's like this viral clip talking about, oh, is 9 to 5 job harder than streaming or doing YouTube or whatever, right, and doing content creation or, I guess running a business. But I feel like, bro, I've been doing a lot, like, okay, so I feel like I can speak for both perspectives because right now I'm focusing on YouTube, I'm doing content creation, and I'm also trying to become an entrepreneur kind of thing. So I'm not like big on YouTube or anything yet, but I feel like eventually I'm gonna get there. And yeah, it's just a matter of time. But I feel, but okay, let me take a step little bit back, right? I don't know in script, so I'm kind of freestyling it. So just bear with me, okay? So I've been working 9 to 5 jobs since I was 16 years old. I just turned 22. But I've been working since 2019, all right? So it's been about like almost like it's already been 5 years since I started working. So it's almost gonna be like 6 years, bro. So I've been working 9 to 5 jobs since I was 16 for like 5, 6 years already. So my first job that I worked at, right? And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is I'm giving you guys context, okay? I'm not flexing on you guys. But the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because you guys need. I feel like a lot of the times when these streamers and all these people are like, oh, streaming is harder, YouTube is harder. None of these guys even fucking worked the job for more than 1 year, right? So like I don't know, they're the type of guys to show up at McDonald's for one day and they call out the next day and say, oh, bruh, I cannot handle this, not for me. So I laugh at that kind of people because you know what I'm saying, like how the hell are you gonna talk about something when you never even experienced it yourself, right? So I don't know, bro. Like I feel like a lot of these guys, if you were to take away YouTube and all this kind of streaming shit, I feel like none of them would even survive in the 9 to 5 matrix system. But you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want work ethic. They don't know what it's like to actually just work. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like different types of works, and I'm gonna break it down later, right? So before you guys say anything, let me explain myself. So I've been working 9 to 5 jobs since I was 16, right? My first job that I worked at, I'm gonna break it down with you guys, what I learned, what I did, etc. So I worked at this landscaping company when I was a junior in high school, and I was about to become a senior. So that was my first job ever. And during that time in my life, that was in 2019. I got that job during like June of 2019. And during that time, I was in a private school. I was about to become a senior. I was focusing on all these college credit classes to raise my GPA. I already knew that I wasn't going to go to college already because I want to be an entrepreneur. And my whole goal in life is to be financially free and to retire my parents and to pass down generational wealth and skills and just to have freedom and just to have a lot of money so that I know that, you know what I'm saying, money buys a lot of things. It does not buy you happiness, but I feel like money buys a lot of opportunities and freedom, you know what I'm saying? And it depends if it makes you happy, but I feel like for me that's my end goal, is to be financially free and to make sure that, with money, I feel like it's going to make you the best version of yourself because it buys you a lot of opportunities. It buys you a lot of like employees and people and unlimited time. And yeah, you can replace yourself. You don't got to be physically there to make money. You can just sleep, get passive income. You can make people work for you. So that was my end goal. That's why I didn't go to college. But the reason why I was doing super good in school was because I just want to push myself and I just want to show myself, like, bro, you got to do what needs to be done and you got to discipline yourself, even if it has no purpose and even if it doesn't even like benefit you. Like, I just wanted to develop that good work ethic no matter what it is, because you can apply to other things like with business, getting in shape, going to church. You don't want to do that and you don't want to go every day. You don't want to put in the grind, but you just got to force yourself. So I just applied all that life lessons I learned at school. I was like, okay, I'm gonna force myself to be super good and just get a good GPA, etc. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I did, and I applied it into different aspects of my life, like with YouTube. So yeah, so that's what I was doing. I was also playing football, going playing sports, training. I was going to church and going to school, and I was working at my landscaping job. So at my landscaping job, I was cutting grass, doing the basic stuff, you know what I'm saying, as a landscaper, driving golf carts, forklifts, painting roads and curbs. I did some extra shit over there, bro, because I was working there from 2019 to 2021, and this is all during pandemic. So when everything shut down, there was no customers. There was like hardly anything to clean, and there's grass, but like what the hell? There's only so much grass you can cut, and only so many leaves that you can pick up. So I was doing some other shit. So I was working over there, and in 2020 to 2022, I was working at Taco Bell full time. And I was working there from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. I was doing all kinds of stuff, customer service, food service, dishwashing, fryer, taking orders, working, doing delivery. And I would do double shifts every day from 2020 to 2021 because I just wanted to make as much money as I could, especially during the pandemic. I barely had money to my name. I only had like $5,000, $10,000 or something for my landscaping job. But Taco Bell saved me. It earned me. I saved up to about like $20,000 to $30,000 just from Taco Bell. Like I remember, like I had a screenshot. I had like 25,000 by the end of 2020, and that's what I used to get my first car. I spent like $5,000 on my first car. But yeah, I was just grinding. I was only getting paid 11 an hour. But in order for me to make about $1,000 paycheck, after taxes, I would have to work about 100 hours every 2 weeks. So that's what I was doing. Then I was working some other jobs. I was working at my high school job. I was working at my old high school. I was driving box trucks, dishwashing. I was working in the cafeterias, running the buffet lines, running the cafeterias, driving golf carts, dishwashing, helping with the cooks. Worked there for 1 year. I did some side jobs during that year, like enterprise driving cars, only for like 1 month. And then I was working at this restaurant job for like a couple months in 2023. And then I was also at this warehouse company for like a good year. I was doing order fulfillment, packing, and as a warehouse associate driving forklift. So I've been all around, right? And I was doing all kinds of jobs. So I feel like with 9 to 5 jobs, when people say, oh, is it hard? Is it easier? I feel like with 9 to 5 jobs, here's the benefits, all right? It is actually, I feel like it's more physically demanding than streaming and doing YouTube and all this. Sorry guys, cut off. But 9 to 5 jobs, I feel like is more physically demanding. All right, and I feel like a lot of the times though, you don't gotta utilize your brain because as a 9 to 5 worker, right, you're the employee. Most of the times you're just taking orders from your boss. So like physically demanding. All of the jobs that I worked at, I feel like it always required working fast, efficient, quick, and just physically demanding and being super quick. Like every job that I worked at. So as a landscaper, I was always multitasking. I was out here landscaping, cutting grass in the hot sun. I was out here leaf blowing the parking lots like every morning. I was out here cleaning the fish ponds. I was out here cleaning the water fountains. I was trimming bushes, cutting down trees. I was out here, during pandemic, I was out here painting roads and curbs and pulling out weeds from the parking lot and shit like that, and pulling out vines. So I felt like a lot of the times, right, that job was physically demanding, and it also took a lot of responsibility because during that time I was only 16, 17. I was not even 18 yet. I was a minor still yet. But there's a lot of responsibility for me at the time, and I learned a lot of different life lessons. So I gotta take care of the golf cart. I gotta make sure the tools doesn't, like, they're scared when I applied for the job. They're scared I was gonna get hurt on the job, like, cause there's all these like tools and machetes and all this kind of heavy machinery that could have got me hurt. So yeah, I feel like in a sense there was more responsibility working certain jobs that's physically demanding. I was also like planting grass and shit like that. Like I was using the pickaxe and I was like freaking pounding the floor like I was playing Minecraft and trying to dig holes. So yeah, I would say landscaping was physically demanding, and it was also like I had more responsibility, making sure that all the equipment, I had to make sure all the gates was closed and open at a certain time, making sure there was no homeless and shit. So that was my responsibility. That's what I learned over there at Taco Bell for 2 years. I feel like it wasn't really physically demanding, but it required you to be super fast and quick, and it also required you to multitask. All right, so like I would come in, and then like maybe Monday, like I remember this Monday mornings, I would come in like 6:30 in the morning. I would do delivery. On Monday morning, I'll come in and then I'll do delivery, and then after that, then I will be like taking orders and multitasking and then working on the food service. So it all required just being super quick. I'm gonna jump through this because I feel like I'm talking and yapping a lot. You know what I'm saying? I know like all these low attention kids start roasting me, but yeah, so that's what it is. High school job, I was out there driving box trucks and walking and moving and all this kind of different stuff. So it was always physically demanding, but I feel like once you got a system down, everything every day was the same thing. So I feel like with 9 to 5 jobs, it's more physically demanding, but it requires less thinking of your brain. So I feel like when with streaming and YouTube, right, I get that people say it's harder because you're your own boss. You got to come up with your own content and create and film and edit, and you always got to be on your shit and your grind. I feel like the difference with 9 to 5 jobs and streaming, I don't feel like none of it is equally harder. I feel like both of it has its pros and its cons, its benefits, and also yeah, like it's different kind of work kind of style. I feel like with 9 to 5, yeah, you don't really think too much. Like you just learn the operations and the systems. It might be more physically demanding. You got to be doing this and that, but I feel like, and you got to be physically there. But I feel like once you get a system down, every day is the same shit every single day. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like on surgeon, or like you get some crazy job that's going on. But if you're doing like a regular blue collar job, like what I was doing like at 9 to 5, I feel like once you get down the system, every single day is the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think, you go there, you're an employee, you don't think, you have your boss. If something does go wrong that day, you're not the one trying to think and solve the issues. You just let your boss deal with it. So once you get down the system, I feel like 9 to 5 jobs is super easy, bro. Like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like every day is the same shit. Like I've been working Taco Bell for 2 years. Every day was the same shit. Every day at landscaping for 2 years was the same shit. Every day at my high school job for 1 year was the same thing. Literally every day. I was like, what the fuck, right? So I just showed up, did my job, got paid, and went home. But I feel like now that I'm doing YouTube and streaming, not streaming that much, but YouTube and content creation and reselling and trying to do my own businesses, you're the only one in charge. But I notice a lot every day, right? My brain is on for 24 hours. Like, no matter what it is. When I go to sleep, I'm dreaming about what to do. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. Like, I had a dream last night. I was on my phone in mid-dream. I was out there fucking working on YouTube videos and trying to come out with, like, whatever kind of content. And then when I woke up, that was the first thing that I thought about. Of course, I was, like, praying, thinking about God, gratitude. But right after I did that, I grabbed my phone. I fucking grabbed my phone and I was out there checking my YouTube analytics to see if I gain more subscribers, checking about like what's trending, looking at the news of what's going on. Maybe I can make a video about that. And then I'm out there typing on my phone already. First thing in the morning, bro. I didn't even brush my teeth yet or drink water. I'm out there fucking typing on my phone, checking my text messages, checking my YouTube views and analytics and checking about, okay, looking at my notes and seeing what kind of content I gotta film and create and what's the next move to go viral and become greater and earn more money. So I feel like with YouTube and content creation, your mind is on for 24 hours. And then after that, when I go downstairs, I'm fucking eating breakfast and that's all I'm thinking about. My girl stay talking to me, telling one story about her day. I'm not even thinking. I'm just thinking about work. Right? I go shower. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm showering. When I'm taking a shit, I sit there for about 30 minutes on my phone, looking, editing, working on CapCut. So every day, bro, your brain has to turn on every single day with doing YouTube and owning a business and entrepreneur. What I noticed about 9 to 5 jobs, right? I feel like when after the whole 8 hour shift or 10 hour shift, however long as I was at my job, I would come home and I would just turn off my brain. I would like just unwind. I'll just be thinking about nothing, just stupid shit. And then I'll be working out or chilling, but my brain wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't working on my business or working on stuff like, okay, like what I'm doing now. Like I feel like that's the major difference. YouTube and streaming and all this kind of stuff and content creation, it requires more mental discipline, more mental work ethic, because even at first, right, your business too, how I explain YouTube and 9 to 5 jobs, YouTube and all these online businesses are scalable businesses. And what that means is pretty much when you first start, you don't get paid too much. You don't even get paid at all. Like you get $0 for like fucking 1 year straight. Okay, but maybe you see progress, you keep working, you keep grinding. Over time, right, 1 month later, you could get paid like $2,000 a month. And then depends on how much work you make. How much work that you do, right? So maybe the next month in July, you're out here working more. You're posting more content. You're streaming every day. You're posting more on TikTok now. You're adding more affiliate links in your description so you make more money. You're out here collaborating with other YouTubers and streamers and business owners. You're working with other people. So the more work that you put in, you're going to see better results. So in July, you're like, oh, I did all of this and get more views and get more audience. Now you're getting paid $10,000 a month. And then you do even more in August. So now you get paid $20,000 a month. And then in September, you're out getting paid $30,000 a month. So it's a scalable business. No matter how much work you put in is how much you get paid. Whereas a 9 to 5 job, no matter how much work you paid, when I used to work at 9 to 5, I used to go and make sure I was the best at everything. I used to be the fastest, the quickest, the most efficient. I used to show up every day. I used to, do double shifts and show up on my days off. I was a tryhard at 9 to 5 because I was trying to build up my work ethic. But I feel like, no matter, even if I did my tryhard, no matter what, the same person who's like the same category as me, he can show up. He can call out. He can do half-ass. He can do he just doesn't give a shit about his job. We're still gonna be getting paid the same. We're still gonna be getting paid $15 an hour, no matter what. If I'm the best worker, I still get paid $15. If he's the shittiest worker, he still gets paid $15. You see how 9 to 5 job is not scalable. So that's the difference. I feel like 9 to 5 jobs more physically demanding, less thinking. No matter how hard you work, you're still getting paid the same thing. You might get a fucking 50-cent raise the next year. Fuck it, what the hell is that, right? Barely just to get by. But streaming and content creation and business creation or whatever the hell that you're doing, it requires more mental thinking. Maybe depends, right? What kind of business, but I'm talking about YouTube and content creation in a sense. It's physically less demanding. You're not doing any, you're just staring at the screen, but your mind is operating for 24 hours. I promise you guys. My mind, this is the past 2022, 2023, and 2024, but especially this year, my mind was just on like spinning every single hour of the day, bro. No matter what it is, it's just spinning. But I feel like not a lot of people can do that. They don't have the mental capacity and the work ethic to actually do it. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place in my life. I feel like this is what I want to do. I don't want to do YouTube forever. Like, I want to get into other stuff, but the main goal is I want to be an entrepreneur at first. So maybe this is the starting stages to get me into the entrepreneur field. Doing something like YouTube or content creation. It's free, accessible, it's easy to get audience, and it's good pay, bro. And it's fun too. I love filming and recording, and you know what I'm saying? I like working on my own accords. So anyways, I feel like that's the difference. Sorry for yapping so long, but I'll see you guys for another video. Let's hit 3,000 subscribers, man.